Hope that you're doing amazing. Okay. Hey everyone. Happy Thursday. It's almost Friday, thank God. Hope that you guys are doing great. Hey. I love being on your lives. Thank you so much, China. Happy that you're here. Hi, Juliet. Hi. Welcome back, ladies. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. As you're coming in, please like the video. So excited to be here today. Okay. Today we're going to talk about a really important topic. How to prevent fibroids. Very important topic. Okay. Very important topic. I was not even going to come on this morning because it's just been it was a crazy day yesterday. I needed some more extra rest, but I'm here. I typically go live at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I was a little late today. Happy that you guys are able to still join me. Okay. But yes, so for those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome as well. Thank you for being here. Let's like the live. Let's get the likes up so we can get more women in here, because this is an important topic. How to prevent fibroids, okay? Whether you have fibroids or whether you know somebody with fibroids, you need to be on this live, because listen, fibroids is an epidemic. In case you did not know, we have about 80 to 90% of women who's going to get fibroids in their lifetime, right? And of course, I'm doing my part on stopping women from getting fibroids, and also helping women who have fibroids to be able to shrink and dissolve them naturally. Okay, so that is what you guys know. If you guys know me, that's what I've been doing for years now, helping women who have fibroids, PCOS, endometriosis, ovarian cysts. Helping them get to the root cause of the problem, okay? A little bit about myself before we get started. My name is Sasha. I'm a holistic womb specialist, in case you're new. Okay, I help women who have fibroids, endometriosis, infertility, and other womb health issues get to the root cause of the problem and get rid of them from the roots, okay? Because you cannot, again, address something correctly. You cannot prevent something from coming back, right? You cannot really heal the problem unless you get to the root cause of the problem, okay? I see so many people that are wanting to do all these, remedies without a plan. They just want to do these random remedies, but they're never getting to the root cause of what created the fibroids in the first place. That we have to get to the root cause. If you don't get to the root cause, you're not going to solve the problem. And even if you do, feel a little better, you're never going to experience true healing. And that's my goal, for women to experience true healing. I don't know why we're in this culture that wants to the fast quick fix, just for us to continue being an issue. Okay, so hey Angel, good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing amazing. All right, let's get the likes up before we get started. Let's get it up to at least 100 before we get started. Okay, tap on the screen. Let's get the likes up if you're in. For ladies that are new to me, make sure you're also following me, because we don't know how long TikTok will be here. I always say that. And we don't know how long, in the US, they're talking about banning it in the US. So if you're not on my email list, be sure to click the link in my bio, get on my email list, okay? Do you send your products worldwide? I do not sell products, okay? I do not sell products. However, my courses that I do sell are worldwide, absolutely. Hey, thank you, Elise. Thank you so much. Nice to see you here. Okay, listen to the likes up. Okay, so how do we prevent fibroids? Listen, I always say this: when your body has developed fibroids, it was because you were not taking care of yourself in some way, shape, or form. You were not taking care of your physical self, your emotional well-being, okay, and also yourself spiritually as well. There's a reason why we develop these issues. They don't just come out of the blue, right? And for fibroids, it tends to be on an energetic level, the inability to let go. That could be trauma. That could be, inability to let go of toxic people, toxic environments, toxic jobs. This could be the inability to let go of anger, pain, past things that's happened to us, right? So you're holding on to something, because there's a sense of lack and fear to actually let it go. So whether it's emotionally, you holding on to things, or you holding on to people that you need to let go out of fear of being alone. And it really just can really go deep with fibroids. A lot of women that have fibroids, they've experienced a lot of, for example, traumatic relationships, traumatic childhood, trauma, right? Again, that they haven't released, they're still holding on to, desperately almost, right? So it's really important for you to understand that these things don't just have physical reasons why we get fibroids. There's also energetic reasons as well. Okay, and it's really important because we have to take care of not just our physical, but also our spiritual self, ourselves emotionally as well. Our emotional health, that matters just as much as your physical health. Okay, and what tends to happen when we're holding on to, like, let's say bad relationships, we're holding on to trauma, pain, we're holding on to anger, we're holding on to things that happened to us in the past, right? When we're holding on to those things, what tends to happen is that we start using things to suppress it. We start using things to suppress the pain, right? What a lot of women aim in the whole person. Absolutely, you have to address the whole person. If you don't address the whole person, you're not fully addressing the issue, right? I know this is not the fun part, but once you're on the other side of it, you experience true freedom that you've never experienced before. True freedom and true health, right? This is how you become like the best version of you, the real version of you, right? Is when we experience this, when we let go of the things. I'm not saying that you're never gonna have a bad day, right? I'm not saying that you can never think about something that happened to you in the past, but there's a difference between us feeling an emotion and actually holding on to it desperately, like holding on to that bad emotion. And when we hold on to things like that, we're holding on to it in the womb space, okay? So it's really important for you to realize that this is really important when it comes to fibroids. Fibroids are also represent emotional blockages. They don't just represent physical, they're not just physical tumors, they're also emotional tumors as well. So it's really important. So we have to that's why I always say, like, detachment, things like that is so important. And I know that I always say this too, I'm a Scorpio. So when it comes to like holding on to things, I tend to do that without even realizing it. But I had to learn in my life, you have to let some things go, whether it's, people, places. You have to learn how to let things go when it's no longer serving you. You're at least you're the same way too. Are you a Scorpio too? If you're a Scorpio, put a 1 in the chat. Okay, I feel like we struggle the most with this. Or if you're like a fixed sign, right? It's so, it's oh, you're Scorpio. Okay, November 6th. Okay, hey, I'm 15. You're a Pisces. Yeah, Pisces too. Pisces can do that too. Pisces is a water sign. They can do that too. They can hold on to especially Pisces can really do that, actually. Pisces can really do that. But it's really important for you to understand. You got to let things go. Let people go. Let situations go. Let emotions go. Emotions. You're a Pisces China. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yes. When it comes to certain emotions, right? Emotions are there for us to move through them, to feel them and move through them, right? They're not there for you to hold on to. And what tends to happen is we hold on to the bad emotions and we let the good ones move through us. Like, I'm gonna give you an example. If somebody gave you $1,000 out of nowhere, right? You'll be happy, at the moment and probably for like the next few days, right? But after a while, it won't be a big deal anymore. But let somebody take $1,000 from you. You're gonna hold on to that for probably months. It's gonna let somebody steal $1,000 from your account, right? You're gonna hold on to that anger, hold on to that pain, hold on to that betrayal. You get what I'm saying? So we will hold on to the bad stuff, and we will, when it comes to good things that happen to us, we're happy at the moment and maybe a couple days after, but then we kind of fades away, right? And it actually should be the other way around, right? So when bad things happen to us or when bad situations happen to us, we shouldn't hold on to it so intensely for so long. Hopefully that makes sense. We are emotional beings for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, Pisces definitely. Y'all are really, I feel like Pisces and Cancers are the most emotional signs. What is a good food to get plant-based protein? So hemp seeds are really good. Leafy greens are amazing. Quinoa, chickpeas, mushrooms, tomatoes, cucumbers, the list goes on. I can be here all day. There's so many amazing plant-based foods that contain protein. How do you regulate your hormonal imbalance? I'm going to talk about that later on, but I will say this. If you're dealing with a total hormonal imbalance, which you do have when you have fibroids, then I would recommend really looking into one of my courses to help you and give you the tools to get rid of that, to rebalance your hormones. My Restore Your Womb course is amazing for that. It's literally helped women. There's women that's literally taking a course and literally by the 3rd day they stop bleeding, because they were bleeding for a long period of time. So check that out, and also click the link in my bio to join my email list as well, because I talk about this stuff all the time. But yeah, let's get the likes up. Or we feel undeserving, and then that causes another stress. Absolutely. We feel, a lot of people too, we feel undeserving of love. We feel undeserving of good things happening in our lives. Undeserving of, a good career that we actually enjoy, right? Where we're actually doing what we want to do and not just what we just stumble into, right? That's very true. That's very true. Hey, not too much in us Pisces. Listen, I know y'all are sensitive, so I'm not gonna talk about you. I'm not gonna talk about y'all too much. Oh my God, Pisces. Woo! Y'all are some sensitive. I used to date a Pisces, so Pisces men are something else. But yes, let's talk about how to avoid fibroids. Okay. Listen, as a Scorpio, I know we are a bit much. Listen, we are lots. Okay, and I feel like, you know, when you are a lot, we tend to, as women, we want to kind of shrink, right, and not take up room as women, right? I feel like that's okay. You're a lot, and that's okay, right? Because we're a lot of good things too. Yes, some bad may come with that, but that's fine. We're women. Like, it's not always gonna be, you know, all feminine and sweet and cute. No, it's not. Sometimes it is gonna be the crazy side might come out a little bit, but that's okay. And I feel like accepting yourself the way you are as well, that's another thing as well, is such a beautiful thing, right? With the good, the bad, I have some flaws, I have a great things about me, and that's fine. And I feel like that comes with that too. There's something about that that's also healing, accepting yourself the way you are. Of course, we're bettering ourselves, right? As we go along life, we're bettering ourselves in every single way. But at the same time, we're also not like really, we're also not harping on the bad stuff, if that makes sense. And we're not harping on things that we can't change. Okay, we're not obsessing over things that we can't change. It is what it is. Whatever it, you know, detachment is so important. So let's talk about diet, because guess what? When we're dealing with these issues, right? When we're dealing with, thank you so much, Ade. Thank you. And I got your message. So message me tomorrow on Friday, okay? And I'll send you the link. I'll email you the link. Send me your email tomorrow, okay? So when it comes to fibroids, right? When it comes to preventing fibroids, we're going to talk about diet first and foremost. You know, we have to talk about diet first and foremost, because when we tend to feel like insecure, when we tend to feel undeserving, when we tend to feel, you know, when we're holding on to all these traumas and all these toxic things, right? Guess what we tend to run to? Food. And you may even do this without even noticing it. Even like, just, you know how women like to snack a lot? Like, what are you trying to suppress? Are you really hungry, or are you just trying not to think about something? That tends to happen. We do that without even realizing it. It's really a really unconscious thing. Like, you may be thinking about having a bad feeling. Instead of wanting to process that and deal with that, you turn to food or snacking. This happens a lot with women, okay? So that's another thing too. It could be even your favorite Starbucks drink. It could be coffee. It could be whatever, right? Sugar too. A lot of people turn to sugar to cope with, you know, pain and loss and things like that, you know, just for that temporary good feeling, right? So it's really, really important that you realize that. So we want to stay away from foods that are going to mess with our hormones, right? And what foods mess with your hormones? Foods that first of all, when it comes to you preventing fibroids, okay, I'm talking about women that, let's say, whether you have fibroids or not, you need to listen to this, first of all. But I'm talking to women that's never had an issue with fibroids, but they want to prevent it. There's certain foods you kind of want to stay away from, okay, that actually do feed those pathogens in your body, like that feed viruses in your body. Is it good to change your laundry? Is it good to change your laundry detergent if it is toxic? Yeah, you can. I actually just changed mine recently. When I was in the beginning of my journey, did I change my laundry detergent? No, but you know, I tell you guys don't have to with the products. Don't obsess over them too much in the beginning of your journey as you're changing things. Works more so on food and you, and then you can work on things in the household, because that's too overwhelming to tell you, hey, work on every single product, right? You're still gonna see results. The goal always is get your body to the point where it's detoxifying itself every single day. So yes, we do have to encounter toxins in the everyday life, right? But your body can process that if you actually provide the environment for your body to do that, if that makes sense, okay? What foods do you recommend to avoid? Great. Processed, of course. Processed foods as much as possible. And I know that when you're in the US, it's very hard to ditch processed foods, okay? But it's important. And even in other countries now, there's just been an onslaught of processed foods, but it's so important that you try to eat as least as you can, decrease your amount of processed foods as much as possible, okay? So we want to stay away from soy. Please stay away from, run away from soy. Mine were shrinking and grew back. What happened? Phenomenal woman. Ooh, happy that you're here. Because I hear that a lot too. I hear that some women they experience some shrinkage and then they grow back. I had a woman who I was on Zoom with yesterday who said that her fibroids went away and then they came back. So these things do happen, right? But so there's something you did to trigger them to grow back, okay? So make sure that you're on this live, Nina. Make sure you also, Nina, make sure you also click the link in my bio, join my email list, okay? Because I talk about fibroids all the time, but you're definitely gonna wanna stay tuned because you're gonna get a lot from this live, okay? So you're welcome, Waletia. I think I emailed you. I think I emailed you too as well. I think it was you that I emailed. So I'm still waiting on a response. Is your name Monique too? Mine got so bad I have to have a whole hysterectomy. I've had to have a whole hysterectomy. Tanya, you never have to have a whole hysterectomy. You never have to have a hysterectomy, right? We were told that we have to do that for fibroids. You never want to do that because it's still the things that develop the fibroids are still there. They're just not going to cause fibroids, but they can cause other things to happen. They can cause breast cancer, autoimmune disorders, other things in your body to happen, right? So it's really important for you to understand that it's never, I don't want anybody taking out their womb, their uterus. You don't have to do that. Yes, you email me. Okay, so I don't know if you responded, but I'm just trying to remind you. My eating has been good. I wonder if it came from exercising. It can't come from exercising. You're not going to get fibroids from exercising. However, there are other habits that besides the diet. But diet is important, okay? What are signs that your fibroids are shrinking? Give me 1 second. I'll answer that, but give me 1 second. Okay, so you want to avoid hormone disrupting foods. Soy is a huge hormone disrupting food. So be sure to look at ingredients, right? And when things have soy, look at ingredients. It's so important. Another thing too is dairy. It's probably the worst foods that anybody can eat. Not even children should be eating anything with dairy in it. It is horrible, right? It's mucus forming. It's inflammation in the body. It's horrible. If you want fibroids, eat dairy. If you want your fibroids to grow big, eat dairy. I'm telling you this straight up. And nobody wants to hear that because people are going to be like, oh, well, they have a cheese addiction. They loved it. You got to get rid of it. I'm telling you. You have to get rid of it. It's horrible. I don't care if they say it's raw, organic, if it's from a cow, unless it's like, almond or oat milk. Non-dairy substitutes are great, right? But the ones dairy from a cow, no. Absolutely not. Avoid. You don't do one-on-one coaching. I do one-on-one coaching. However, I don't have that on the site, but I'm very picky about who I take on as a one-on-one client. But that's the highest way to work with me, okay? So it comes with a hefty, it's an investment, okay? 4-figure investment. So if you want to email me, you could do a month or you could do 3 months with one-on-one. You can email me and we'll talk about it, okay? I'll give you the program guide so you can look over that. And it's scriptural to get rid of dairy. Exactly, but nobody talks about that. They talk about yoga. Don't get me started on that. Tap on the screen, let's get the lights up. Get rid of dairy. I'm telling you to get rid of dairy. Also, get rid of not just dairy, processed meats, red meat. Nobody should be eating red meat. Pork, you guys should not be eating that stuff, right? That's again and studies have shown dairy, red meat. Women that eat that tend to get fibroids. I'm going to be honest with you. If you want to do meat sometimes, now if you have fibroids, you should not be eating. Don't even touch meat. But for women that don't have fibroids, or maybe you've had surgery recently, you could do meat every now and then. But again, stay away from red meat. But you have to don't overdo it. We tend to overdo it with meat. People tend to overdo it with meat. You don't have to eat meat every single day. A couple times a week is fine in small quantities, okay? And you want to make sure that you're eating a lot more vegetable and fruits more so than I'm not right, Ellie. I'm talking to women that don't have fibroids right now. When it comes to meat, if you have fibroids, do not eat meat. Not even chicken broth, none of that. Don't eat nothing with animals in it. If you have fibroids, I'm telling you, that's gonna trigger them. We don't want none of that. Is chicken broth that bad? No, but they have vegetable broth. Why not just eat that? It's a smooth transition into healthier things. Okay. And also watch the oils that you cook with as well. You guys should not be cooking with, vegetable oils and all these. Cook with things like olive oil or all oils are that good to cook with. Honestly, avocado oil and grapeseed oil are the best, but If you want to really, honestly, there's some dishes where you don't really need oil. You can use vegetable broth instead, instead of cooking with oil. You don't want to do oils all the time, when you're cooking. That's another thing, too. We eat way too much oil. Okay, so stay away from anything that's going to disrupt your hormones. Stay away from it. Birth control, stay away from birth control. Okay, stay away from birth control. If you want fibroids, endometriosis, and fertility, then get on birth control. Stay away from birth control. Actually, run away from birth control. Not even stay away. Run away. Run fast. Okay. They said if you eat red meat, you should be eating it once every 2 weeks. You shouldn't even eat it at all. When it comes to red meat, we shouldn't even eat it at all. At all. That's something you should not even eat at all. It's literally stays in the body for days. It's very hard to digest. Nobody should be the way the world is now. Now, back in the day when there was less chemicals in the world, when things were less altered, when people were a lot healthier, they can get away with that. Now, how things are now, don't even touch it. Don't even touch it. Okay? It literally sits there and rots in the body. We don't need to be eating that. We don't. Focus on hydration. I always say this: you are made out of 70 to 80% of water. Okay? You need water much more. Well, you need water even more than you need food. I'm gonna be honest with you. You can live weeks without food. You can live how long without water? Like 2-3 days. Hydration. Eat hydrating foods and drink water. Very important. Okay. I sadly was put on birth control when I was a teen. I'm so sorry, at least, and I already had messed up hormones at that point. A lot of women are being put on birth control when their hormones are already a mess. And doctors are telling women that, hey, this, regulates your hormones. No, it doesn't. It literally suppresses your own natural hormones and feeds your body with synthetic hormones. So we have to avoid that. Okay, what are some good foods to eat after the surgery from the fibroids? Fruits and vegetables, smoothies. That's it. She's telling the truth about me. Yeah. Is that a guy? I'm not sure. Also, does your stomach become flat after fibroids are shown? Yes. Do you need a tummy massage? No, I didn't get a tummy massage. You don't need it. You don't need it. You can if you want to. You can if you want to. You don't need it. You can massage your own stomach, honestly, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, your stomach will become, as you are balancing your hormones and you're getting rid of fibroids, it will become flat. Did you see my client? If you go to my page and you look to my pin post on top, the left, all the way to the left, you'll see my client in November. My Detoxify Your Womb client had a huge stomach, right? Huge stomach in November. Looked pregnant, 9 months pregnant. And literally 2.5 months later, her stomach's almost flat. You see the difference. So go ahead and 100% woman. Okay, just asking. Sorry. I just saw King. That's why I asked. It's a huge difference, right? So your stomach will, but you have to make sure that you're balancing your hormones as you're stringing the fibroids as well. That's what I do with my clients. Absolutely. Your stomach when your hormones are balanced, your stomach is flat. You don't got when your hormones are imbalanced, your stomach is flat. Let me say that again. When your hormones are imbalanced, your stomach is flat. So if you see somebody with a stomach, their hormones are not imbalanced. Their hormones are not imbalanced. Sasha, have you heard the Minister of Wellness? No. I feel like you would be on the same page as him. No, I haven't heard of him. Okay. So, focus on hydration, focus on nutrient-rich foods. Stop thinking that you have to get nutrients from an animal, because you don't. And when you get it from an animal, you're missing fiber, right? You're missing so many other things, real nutrients. Get it straight from the source. Get your nutrients from the source. That's from the food. And stop looking for supplements. Look for food, okay? Now, supplements are fine, but there's supplementation, and you want to make sure that it's herbs. If it's not herbs, I wouldn't even touch it. You need herbs. And to prevent fibroids, we want to make sure that we're getting enough nutrients, because women that have fibroids are nutrient deficient. Okay, vitamin D deficient, low in iron. Make sure that your diet is providing these things, okay? So very, 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 very important. Now, listening to your body's signal. This is where we go wrong. Listening to your body's signal. Our body communicates with us and lets us know when something is off. But from headaches to maybe like a colds, to aches and pains, to our menstrual cycles. Like when our menstrual cycle is off, when we're dealing with bloating, when we're dealing with breast tenderness, your body's letting you know, look, things are off right now. You have to support your body and get your body back on balance. But we tend to ignore that, and guess what? What happens is that we ignore that, and then they get worse and worse and worse, and then our periods get worse, and then we end up with fibroids, right? So understand the first cues, your body signals, and trust your body more than some tests. Stop looking outside of yourself, right, for its confirmation, right? Your body lets us know when things are off. People will have heavy bleeding, right? They'll bleed for like 10 days, right? Have breast tenderness, bloating, and then they'll go to the doctor and say, "Oh, my doctor said my hormone levels are fine." Your body's literally showing you that it's not. So, are you gonna trust a test that's faulty, that's low quality, or are you gonna trust your body? Which one? You gotta pick a side. Pick a side. We trust. Your body is literally. This is why I teach my clients how to listen to their bodies. Listen to their body, like. A lot of women are taught to suppress their intuition, to suppress their bodily signals, and it's actually to their own detriment. And you see, this is why, look at the world, look how everybody, look at how rampant reproductive health issues are, because we're taught to suppress, our body letting us know when something's off. You're taught to not trust yourself. That's the issue, okay? So listen to your body's cues. When your body, stop suppressing stuff as well. Stop suppressing things. So when we have a headache, what painkiller can I take? No. Why do I have a headache? Is it because I'm not drinking enough water? Because I'm not sleeping well? What's going on? Find the root cause. In everything, there has to be a root cause. You cannot sit here and address your health issues. Stop suppressing them. Address them. Give your body what it needs. Okay? Listen to your body and give it what it needs. All right? That's very, very important. I can't stress that enough. And thank you guys so much for the likes. We got 5,000 more to go. Our goal is 10K. Okay, thank you. I see Ursula's here. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much. Really important. Listen to your body's cues, okay? Does it hate chartreuse? Doesn't matter what fruits you eat. I keep hearing it's better to consume alkaline fruits versus acidic. I know so there's an alkaline community, and do I align with some things? They say yes, but I'm gonna be honest with you, because they say don't eat things like with grapes. Some of what they say is true. I believe in that, right? Don't eat this. Fruits do have seeds, right? But seedless fruits are fine too. I'm gonna be honest with you. I know that's probably controversial to say. I eat seedless grapes all the time because it's really hard to get. When I can find seeded grapes, I will eat that, but it's very hard to find that. Now, there's one thing that I make sure that I do eat is seeded watermelon. I can't eat watermelon without the black seeds. I just love them. But other than that, do the best you can. I don't want you guys to again stress over that. Oh, now places like Aldi's, places like farmers markets, places like have international supermarkets have healthier versions, more the real organic fruits, right? But there has to be balance. Exactly. Thank you so much, Ade, for the roses. Thank you. It's better to have fruit over a Big Mac or fruit over dairy. Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely, for sure. So I wouldn't stress chartreuse. Don't stress too much over that. Now, if you can get your hand on better quality of fruits, do that. But if you can't, it's fine. Like, you're still getting nutrients. There's times where I've just had seedless fruits and still felt healthy and still felt great, okay? So, hey, Sylvia, hey. There has to be some balance. No problem. No, you're not late. No problem. Happy that you're here. Hope that everybody's doing amazing. Okay, so learn how to listen to what your body's telling you. Eating salad right now, romaine, pumpkin seeds, love it. Romaine tomatoes, cucumbers, broccoli, and olive oil, and RV. Love it. Shanti, hey Shanti, how are you? Love it. Make sure you guys are also following me. If you guys are not following me, make sure you guys are also on the email list as well. Make sure you're on the email list. Click the link in my bio. Join the email list unless you're already on it. If you're not on the email list, join the email list, okay? So if you was on the email list, you'll know that my live was late today. Got on 2 hours late today. But make sure that you're on the list. It's very important to be on the email list, okay? I'm doing great as well. I'm doing great. Feeling a lot better this morning. I was tired this morning, but I was like, you know what? Gotta do this live. Okay. So then I want you guys to this is another thing too that we don't think much about, right? Embrace creativity. I know that we get so kind of like engulfed in life, right? With responsibilities, with being a wife, being a mom, being business, work, all this stuff, bills, right? But when are you expressing your creativity? It's very important as a woman, right? This brings us joy. We're creative beings as women. that's what the woman's there to create, right? So we're creative beings as women. So what creative outlets are you giving yourself? It could be anything. What do you enjoy doing? It could be for a lot of women, it's things that they enjoy doing in their when they're teenagers or childhood, right? Do you like singing? Do you like dancing? I want you guys to go back to those creative things. And if you don't know what you like, find new creative hobbies, right, that you enjoy. I saw a guy on the bench the other day just knitting. I was like, oh, okay. I haven't seen anybody knitting in a while, right? What creative outlets do you have, right? A lot of women are not, engulfed in their creativity anymore. It's really important. Women, we're creative beings, right? This brings us joy and happiness. So stop getting it's not all about just work and responsibilities. Find time for your creations. Like if you know that, listen, I used to do art and I used to paint, then go back to start doing that again, right? If you know that you used to belly dance, and that's what you enjoy, start doing that again. Start doing things that bring you happiness and joy. If you know that you like to be out in nature, go out in nature sometimes, okay? Do things that bring you joy. That's so important, right? It's not all about responsibilities. Like you have to live your life. You can't just be on here existing and just paying bills. That's it. It's more to life than that. And I get it. Like, the world is crazy right now. But we have to cultivate time to actually, to be creative, to be mindful, to, watching movies. Yes. Mindful coloring. Yes. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Reading, singing, dancing, relaxing, yoga. Yes. Yes, we have to cultivate the time to make, to put in these practices. They also help with stress, because we know that stress definitely causes fibroids now, right? So they help relax you as well. So it's really important for you to create a space for that, right, in your life. I want to get back to drawing and dancing. Yes, I feel alive. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, get back to it. Hey, Kim, yeah, get back to it. Get back to it. And you can start slow, because sometimes when we haven't done these things for so long, it feels weird, but start slow, right? And some of you guys may find that you have new hobbies, creative hobbies that you enjoy, but do something. It can start as little as, it can be Zumba. It can be you putting on YouTube videos and dancing in your living room. Like, even if you start slow, start diving more into your creativity, right? It could be, listen, I'm about to take a ballet class, adult ballet classes this summer. I don't care, okay? That's something I love to do when I was growing up. So, people are like, oh, you too old. Listen, they have adult classes. You will see me in a leotard, okay? All right, so really, so dive into that. What brings you joy? What brings you joy? Okay? What brings you joy? I want you guys to really think about that. And it may be for some people, maybe they weren't really able to dive into their creativity as children. They were just focused, they had parents that just told them to focus on your books, right? So then it's up to you to find that, right? Find what you enjoy. And you can do that by experimenting, right? Take different classes. Like, they have so many things online or in person that you could do, all right? Girl, I used to do ballet. Yes, ballet. Oh, God, I love ballet. I love ballet. I'm in DC. Oh, you're in Maryland. I'm in DC. I used to live in Maryland. I'm born and raised in Maryland. I just moved to DC. Yes, I'm a Maryland girl at heart. I'm a Maryland girl at heart. Okay, so really, really important. So also too, and I talked about this a little bit in the beginning, addressing your trauma. This is a huge one. Addressing your trauma. Listen, whether it's from childhood, and sometimes, I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes there's things that's happened that we have suppressed. And we do this in order to our brain does this actually in order for us to just go along with life, right? If really traumatic things have happened to us, sometimes we try to suppress that, right? And sometimes they may come up later in life, right? And they come up whenever they do come up, that means that it's time to address it, right? Now, am I telling you to spiral, go into, be depressed? No, but it's time to address that trauma that you threw in the back of, your brain. It's time to address that, because guess what? That's still affecting you. These past traumas create blockages in the body. They do. The emotional blockages in the body. Your body still... Our body keeps score. Our body keeps score. So there is no trick in the body. Your body knows that you've been through that and you haven't released it. You haven't dealt with it. So that's so important as well. Addressing that trauma, right? So what does this look like? This could be for some people therapy, but make sure you get a good therapist that actually is not going to let you just sit there and harp on the past, but actually gives you tools on how to work past that, right? How to release it. It could be journaling. Not everybody likes therapy. It could be journaling. It could be, it could be, I know somebody I know was like, their therapy, literally they lived near a beach. Their therapy literally was going out to the beach every single day and meditating and just like crying, releasing, right? Because that's releasing. And that was so therapeutic for them, right? So it could be that, it could be whatever, right? Whatever, going out in nature, right? It could be whatever you're comfortable with doing, whatever, speaks to you, but you have to release that stuff in some way, somehow. We have to process it, bring it up to the surface, and release it, okay? You cannot just let it fester in your body. This is how people get cancers, right? Autoimmune disorders. They have their bodies fighting them, right? Their body, because what's autoimmune disease? Autoimmune diseases are at an all-time high. The same things that cause autoimmune disorders cause fibroids, cause breast cancer, cause PCOS, right? The same things, that estrogen dominance. This is when the body's fighting itself, right? It's not the body really fighting. It's you fighting you. It's you fighting you. It's you fighting you. Hey, Star, grounding, release the negative. Exactly. Yes, grounding is another good one too. Grounding, release that negative energy. It's okay. Release, right? We're emotional beings as women, right? And that's okay, right? We feel things, and allow yourself to cry. If you feel like, I know that I was always taught, especially as a child, to suppress like sadness. Don't suppress it. Let it come out, right? That's another form of detoxing, releasing things. And you know what I find too? Now that I'm an adult, I don't care. I cry anytime I feel like it, and not ashamed, don't care. But here's the thing. What I found too, when I cry, like, when I'm frustrated about something and I cry about it, that's when a solution will come up, like out of nowhere. Like, I don't know what, like, I can be so frustrated about something and I start crying, and then boom, a solution comes up. And that's releasing, detoxing, right? Stop holding, because women that have fibroids tend to hold on to stuff. We don't want to hold on to things. Release it. It's okay. Okay? It's okay. Don't suppress stuff. Let it come up. I do grounding techniques for my clients and myself, of course. Yes, grounding is amazing. So therapeutic. So therapeutic. I really need help. I just found out I have 3 fibroids the size of pears on my endometrium. Been in, hold on, let me get the rest of your message, Star. But yeah, you're in the right place, Star, for sure. Make sure that you're Star. Make sure you're following me. Make sure you also click the link in my bio to join my email list, okay? You're on my email list because I talk about this stuff all the time. And so you will learn too. And when you're on my email list, when you're you get a video that's going to help you get to the root cause of your fibroids, right? It's called Free Yourself from Fibroids, okay? So anybody, you guys, make sure you guys are on my email list, you guys, so you guys can get that video. As soon as you subscribe, you'll get the video, okay? Hey, Sasha, thank you so much for this valuable information. You're welcome, yes. You're so welcome. Are you, and you guys that are new, let me know if you guys are new. Yes, Sam, very therapeutic. Absolutely, yes, very, very therapeutic. Grounding, like, releasing. It's not about holding on to stuff. We have to start letting things go, right? As we're detaching, we have to start letting things go. And I'm not telling you to forget about things, the bad things that happen to you. No, I'm just telling you to transmute that energy, right? Start to release it and transmute it. Your trauma can be your power. Did you know that? It was traumatic. The fact that I went through fibroids and heavy bleeding and that damn surgery, right, and got fibroids again after that was very traumatic, right? And many other things that's happened in my life, very traumatic. But I use that as my power, right? You can use that as your power. You don't have to dwell in that negative energy, right? Even you've had bad relationships, you've had a divorce. Use that as your power. Use that as your power. Don't dwell on that stuff, okay? Girl, did I miss a lot of information? You did in regards to coping skills. Well, you missed a little bit, but that's okay, you guys. I'm going to put the replay of this live on YouTube, but make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can click the link in my bio. You're going to see the YouTube symbol. Subscribe, because I tell you guys, I'm putting out new videos on YouTube this week, okay? This week I've been recording. Hello, do you help with other feminine issues that other than fibroids? Absolutely, I sure do. PCOS, okay? Anything you can think of. Endometriosis, polyps, any womb health issue, right? Infertility as well. These are things I've helped women with. Yes, absolutely. Recurring BV and yeast infections as well. So yeah, any issue with the womb, any reproductive health issues. Also, I help women with their hormones as well, restore their hormonal balance, which is very important, okay? I only have 2, addressing trauma and creative outlets. Okay, I also talk about diet, avoiding this hormone disrupting foods such as dairy and soy, avoiding those type of foods. Also focusing really on hydration. You want to eat a lot of hydrating foods, a lot of fruits and vegetables in your diet. You want to also, if you want to add herbs, adding herbs is optional, but I encourage you, add herbs instead of supplements, right? We don't just want to do random supplements. Add herbs instead, right? Herbs are really good because a lot of women that have fibroids are deficient in nutrients. We have to supplement that. We have to make sure that we're getting enough nutrients, but you have to eat your nutrients for the most part, right? And then use the herbs as, okay, what you did, just a little extra boost, okay? What did you do personally, or did you heal emotionally? What did you do what did I do personally to heal emotion? Like, I'm not understanding the question. What do you do personally, or did you heal emotionally? I'm not understanding the question. Are you saying that what did I do to heal emotionally? Is that what you're asking me, Kim? Hormonal imbalance. Yes, I do help women with hormonal imbalance. Absolutely. Low vitamin E causes it as well. When you have fibroids, you can be low in so many minerals and vitamins. So yes, you can. Vitamin D is also definitely a huge one that a lot of women are deficient in. Sorry, no, it's okay. I'm just trying to understand your question, Kim, so I can understand it. Okay, so what did I do to heal emotionally? So therapy was big for me, but then also along with therapy, yoga, I did, I let go of people in my life that weren't the best for me. I'm going to be honest with you. And I also I'm going to be real with you guys. I also had to forgive my parents, okay? This is a big one. Forgive my parents for not giving me the childhood that they should have gave me, right? I love my parents to death, but, there was they made a lot of mistakes, okay? That's what I'm gonna say. They did the best they could, but they made a lot of mistakes, and that did affect me. And I had like all these, abandonment wounds and all this stuff. So I really had to go through therapy and forgive them genuinely and know that they did the best they can, and that it's okay, and still love them. Like, that's been the most healing thing for me, because I had so much anger against my parents for a very long time, okay? And it came out, and that's what, and I feel like that's another thing too that caused me to develop fibroids, as well as, this anger. I had all this anger from, towards a lot of my exes. I had to let that go too. Let it go. It's okay. Like, it's fine. Let it go. That's the biggest thing. Letting things go. Yoga is the best. Yes, yoga was so healing. It helped me really, because I'm an overthinker. So yoga was really helpful for me to calm my mind down. Like, calm your mind down, right? Very, very important. Wow, forgiving my parents is still bothering me. Listen, Angel, it's hard. It is not easy, right? It's hard, but it's so like freeing. It's like that was probably the most healing thing ever. Like, forgiving them and understanding, listen, they were operating from their own trauma, number one. And number two, like, you have to understand, back then, they didn't have all, how we're all about, your emotional well-being, mental health. They didn't have all this stuff and all these tools back then. They didn't have, like, therapy wasn't readily available especially for Black people back then. Like, people thought therapy was for crazy people, right? So there's another layer to it too. Like, they didn't understand. Listen, you need to heal some blocks in you before you become parents. Okay, you cannot sit here and but people were having kids and still dealing with their own trauma and dealing with their own childhood stuff. And then you gotta look at your grandparents sometimes. Wait a minute, did my grandparents give my parents the best upbringing? So how can I blame them when they, so it really goes deep. Forgiving our parents is so important. It's so important. And that really, it's very, very helpful in letting things go too. Especially things I might have a mutation in my brain that doesn't trigger my monthly regularly. Okay. Tell me more about that. You can email me, organize or compromise. Email me more about that, because I need more information. Like, did she describe what the mutation was, or exactly what the condition was? And of course, therapy, not because I'm a therapist. Yes, therapy, yes, yeah. I didn't know it was a therapist, Shanti. Yeah, therapy. Now, everybody is not really comfortable with therapy. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I had a great therapist. I actually went to therapy twice. The second time wasn't that great. But the first therapist I had was so good, and she's really helped me with tools to forgive my parents. And the reason why I really loved her, because she didn't have me just there harping about and just, being stuck in the past. Like, she actually gave me tools, for also to help me heal me now, right? Because sometimes therapists just want to talk about the past all the time, and we got to get past that, okay? So, yeah, I think I needed to go through therapy. Yeah, it's definitely freeing. It's been working thus far. Any advice on, okay, so I need more information. Organize or compromise, please let me on your condition, okay? Hold on, I'm trying to approve your comment. Okay, there we go. I can't understand where my mom came from, but my dad, I just can't wrap my mind around it. I know that, and sometimes a conversation is needed too. as well. I mean, I know that some people are more comfortable with that than others, to really get in your parents' minds, like, okay, what was your thought? Like, where was you at mentally when this happened, right? And also, I'm an analyzer. Maybe it's part of being a Scorpio, I don't know. But I also analyze my parents' childhood. Like, what kind of childhood did they have? Like, how did they come up? Like, my parents, they've been through their own trauma. So, of course, they didn't really do a lot of work before becoming parents, or any work at all, mental work, physical, emotional work before becoming parents. So that was, put on to me. However, you can always break the generational curse, okay? Break the generational curse. That's what we got to do. I believe so too. I started growing my own food, and there's more nutrients. Yes, that's very true. Growing your own food is definitely more nutritious. Forgiving our parents and then ourselves. Woo, that's a big one too. Because a lot of us hold resentment against ourselves. Woo, that's a huge one. It's generational. Absolutely. Yes, forgiving yourself. Listen, there's some past choices that you've made that have been crazy, but you got to forgive yourself for that, right? Whether it's maybe a past marriage, like, why the hell did I marry him? Why the hell did I, have a child with him, or whatever, right? Things that you've done in your past. Why did I choose this instead of that, right? Maybe some decisions that you made that you thought that was bad. You look back on that wasn't the best decision at the time. You gotta forgive yourself for that. Life goes on, okay? You still have a long life ahead of you. All right, we have to learn from the past and forgive ourselves and move on. Okay, that's very important. I have a lot of anger and resentment towards my narc ex co-parents. Oh, I'm so sorry. Ooh. I've been through a narcissistic relationship, so I get it. That's another thing too. If you've dealt with narcissists, you have to learn how to forgive. Like, not forgive, because I wouldn't say forgive. I would say not hold resentment towards the person, and that's very hard. And especially when it's a co-parent. Woo, therapy. I recommend therapy with that one, because that's a hard dynamic. That's a really hard dynamic. But with narcissists, I'm going to be honest with you. The best way to deal with a narcissist is not to feed into their theatrics. It's literally to be stoic. Like, you need to study feminine stoicism. Okay, be stoic and not let them. You can't let them know that they're affecting you, because once they know how to get under your skin, that's it. It's a wrap. So you have to literally be stoic with them, like no emotion at all. Like, just be logical with them, and you have to document everything. Document everything. Okay, in case I don't know, you might have to you gotta go to court, get full custody. I don't know. Document everything. But when it comes to them, stoicism. Just don't feed into it. It's hard, but you cannot let them see you sweat, because once they do, that's it. They got you. Okay. What was I gonna say? Definitely forgiveness is key. Absolutely. Are grains like flaxseed and chia seed good for fibroids? It's fine. Some people don't like flaxseed for fibroids, but they're fine. They're not grains. They're seeds. So flax seeds and chia seeds are different than grains. They're seeds. I think another thing about forgiveness is taking accountability, taking your own accountability. Yes, especially women. Yes, that's another thing too, because that's one thing too that we can kind of overlook. Like, okay, this person was, did this and that, but I also did this and that, right? Or maybe there were things that I've done in the past that weren't the best, or maybe taking accountability, that's a big one too, right? Seeing where you went wrong as well. Not blaming yourself for it, not like torturing yourself for it, but just seeing, wait a minute, maybe it just, we both meant well, it just didn't work out, or we both meant well, or there were communication issues, there were, that just went left, instead of playing the victim. Because a lot of us sometimes play the victim, and that's not taking power. That is not taking your power back. Being the victim, no. If you're an adult, and so as long as it's a consensual relationship, right? We have to also take accountability for our own part, okay? In a loving way, of course, and just learn from it. That's all, okay? All these situations are here for us to learn from. All of them situationships, yeah, that's another thing too. And also not settling for situationships. That's another conversation. Like, if you're gonna be, and I said that earlier too. I don't care. Like, if you're going to be sleeping with somebody, because that's sexual exchange as well, right? I don't care, husband, situationship, whatever. If that person does not like you, stop sleeping with men that don't like you. And as a woman, we know when men do not really like us, right? They can just be attracted to you, they can just, but not like you. And when a man does not like you. And we will sit there and make excuses for his behavior sometimes. No, the difference. There's a difference. There's a difference between being his preference or he's just tolerating you. There's a difference. So we too have to make better decisions and go along with men that actually pour into us, right? That men that nurture us, men that, love us. There's a difference when a man loves you and like, then he's just there. Like, he's just there. He's just, there's a difference. There's a difference. So you gotta know the difference. Like, and women know, we know when a man is just there for you, right? When he's pouring into you, when he's just making your life easier, doing what he can, he's loving on you. There's a difference than just having a man just there, just to be there, right? So that's another thing too that comes with self-love and self-esteem and working on your self-worth as well, and knowing that you do deserve the best love ever. Okay. We have to be compassionate towards ourselves, absolutely, and should not blame ourselves for things. Absolutely, yes. Don't blame, but we can take accountability without blaming, for sure. I know it sounds weird, but just having these conversations heals me a lot. Really? Oh, I'm so happy. Love seeing your lives. Oh, wow. I'm so happy that this is healing for you. Definitely love the fact that this is healing for you. But I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that feedback. This has helped me a lot to have peace. Yes, I love that, love that, love that. I'm happy. I guess this conversation was needed. And we don't understand like how much like bottling up all this pain and trauma, we don't understand how that does feed into sickness in our body, right? In our womb space. Guess what? We as women, we hold a lot of trauma in our wombs. We do. We hold a lot of trauma in our womb. So releasing is also, you're also going to see like when you start releasing this stuff, you're also going to see like it's easier to adopt healthier habits, right? It's easier to, for you to love on yourself in physical ways by making sure that you're getting enough hydration, eating the best foods, nurturing your body, right? Being more creative. It's going to be a lot easier to do that when you're releasing some of this trauma, because a lot of times you're indulging in the bad habits to suppress the trauma, okay? So because it has to come out. It has to come out. All right. Also, nobody's perfect. Yes. And also too, nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. That is why we should be compassionate towards ourselves. Absolutely. Nobody's perfect. That's why I say, listen, like if something in the past happened where you didn't make the best decisions, understand you're not perfect. You're here to learn. You're not perfect. You got to, and I said that in the beginning too, accepting your flaws, accepting where you went wrong, accepting things you can't change. Accepting that and detaching from it. It's okay. So we got to stop stressing over what we can't change and actually start, changing the things that we can change, working on that towards that. That makes life so much easier. The things that we can't change. We got to let them go. Okay. Situationship is a placeholder. Absolutely. Relationship, while a man looks for what he wants, absolutely no good. Listen, that is the worst position for anybody to be in, especially a woman to be in. It is so degrading to you. Now, you may not feel like that way at the time, but guess what? Like, some women do suppress their own emotions to deal with these, to dabble in these situations. Listen, don't do that. You don't do that to yourself. If a man doesn't even want to claim you, okay? If he can't even claim you, you should not be in bed with him. That's all I want to say. Yes, stop being a man's option. Exactly. Instead of you should be his top priority. Number one. Okay. If you not number one, because look at how men treat women that they actually do love. Okay. That she's number one. Okay. Number one. That's how it should be. Period. That's true. It's important to pour into ourselves. Absolutely. Yes, we really do. Absolutely. Control what we can. Yes, girl, I have that in my house about the things that we can and cannot change. Yes. We have to listen. Important for us to really, because we obsessed over things that we can't change so much. You know what they say depression is? Depression really is people harping on the past. Like just going but we're not going back there, right? But you obsessing over what already happened instead of you just being in the present, appreciating the present. But you obsessing over what already happened. That's depression right there. That's it. Okay? When you stop doing that, boom. Life will be so much easier. So much easier. Okay? Sasha, are you going to post this live? Yeah. I'm going to post it on YouTube. Make sure you guys click the link in my bio. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay? I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. Okay? I'm putting out videos specifically for YouTube very soon. If I'm not, then I'm not going to be anything to no man. Exactly. Either. And you listen, this is another thing too, because women are taught that if they're not in a relationship, they're worthless. And that's BS. If they're not married, they're worthless. That's not true. You should think the same of yourself as whether you're single, in a relationship, engaged. Your self-worth should still be high. Does not matter, because you cannot look at your self-worth from the lens of a man, or whether a man, you're in a relationship with a man. It has nothing to do with your self-worth. Your self-worth is a you thing. Okay, so a lot of women too, they feel less than, because they're not married or because they're not in a relationship. That's BS. That's BS, right? That is because when you operate in life that way, no relationship is going to be able to satisfy you, right? You have to work on your self-worth. It does not matter whether you're with a man or not. You're still worthy, okay? You're still worthy. You're still deserving, okay? It doesn't matter. Stop looking at yourself from a lens of, out of a lens of a man. Like, that makes no sense, right? Because men don't even know what the hell they want. That's a whole other conversation. Another conversation. You have a relationship that should add to your life like a bonus. Exactly. Listen, whether you have a man in your life or not, make your life amazing and wonderful. It doesn't matter whether a man is there or not. People should add to your life, not take away, okay? That's right. A man can tell you when you don't love. A man can tell when you don't love yourself. Absolutely. So when you don't, he won't love you as well. Woo! Facts. When a woman does not love herself, no man can ever love her. I'm being honest with you. And I want you to look at if you know a woman now that she just is, her self-worth is so low, she had it's impossible for a man to love her. She's gonna attract men abusing her, emotionally. She's gonna say, because that's the same thing she does to herself. You cannot sit here and break the promises to yourself, lack self-worth, not treat yourself with the highest regard and expect other people to treat you with the highest regard. They're not. People treat you the way you treat yourself. People treat you the way you treat yourself, okay? You have to realize that. This live is the truth today. Absolutely, absolutely. So this is how, and this is a great time to talk about this topic, because this is how we prevent fibroids and prevent fibroids from coming back, and also get rid of our fibroids as well. Ooh, sorry, y'all. We have to increase our self-worth. We have to, because when you do that, every single way, like everything in your life just unfolds perfectly, and people also treat you so much better when you have high self-worth. They can smell it on you. Like, and I don't care, people can say entitled or whatever, right? But when women actually think highly of themselves, right? I'm not saying that they have to be assholes to people, right? But when they think highly of themselves, there's a way other people treat them. People, even if they could talk about them, whatever, but they would treat them with love and care. They would treat them, I'm telling you, just think of the girl that actually, she just radiates confidence. Like, she radiates, like, you could tell that this woman takes care of herself and she thinks worthy of it. She don't even have to be the most beautiful woman in the room, but you could just tell this woman thinks very highly of herself, and she puts herself in high regard, and she don't care what nobody thinks about her, right? That's the woman people are gonna go out of their way to spoil, okay? Seriously, all right? So hopefully that makes sense, all right? So, can't light yourself on fire to keep someone else warm. Absolutely, you can't. You cannot do that. This is the reason why men will abuse and be disrespectful. We women have to flip the switch. Absolutely, absolutely. I can't hear you. You can't hear me? You can't hear me? Can y'all hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. That's when it starts getting all those issues down there. Yes, that's when you start. Yeah, absolutely. Be careful. Exactly. Messing with men that are unworthy. Okay. Okay, you guys can hear me. Okay, perfect. So I'm about to, honestly, this live, we're almost done here, but I wanted to say this. It's really important for you we have to be proactive when it comes to addressing fibroids, addressing reproductive health issues. We have to be proactive and not reactive, okay? Okay, had to come back. Okay, no problem. We have to be proactive and not reactive. So I'm talking to women that have fibroids or don't have fibroids, right? We have to start being proactive in our life, and we have to start living a life that's going to feed us emotionally, physically, and mentally, spiritually as well. And this is how we prevent issues, health issues, reproductive health issues as well. So going forward, and this is how we heal. This is how we heal as well. Very important. So you have to put, number one, put yourself first, make yourself a priority, and make sure that you're loving on yourself in every single way. That is making sure you're eating the best food. If I love myself, I'm gonna eat the best food. I'm gonna make sure I work out. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not gonna gain so much weight. I'm gonna make sure that I'm healthy. Like, there's a way you treat yourself when you love yourself, right? And I'm also gonna make sure that nobody comes in my life that treats me less than. I don't care who you are, okay? I will block anybody, okay? Don't play. All right, be proactive, not reactive. Absolutely, because we're so used to being reactive. People don't start taking care of their health till they're damn near on the hospital bed, right? But what if you were proactive, so you don't get there? Okay, very important. All right. So I want to say this. Make sure if you're not following me, make sure you're following me. TikTok will not be around. I always say this, probably not be around forever. Y'all president wants to ban it. He signed the bill. We don't know when it's gonna be here. We don't know when it's gonna be. We don't know. Okay. So make sure that you're on my email list. Click the link in my bio. Join my email list. Okay, I have for ladies that have fibroids, that are struggling with fibroids currently, check out my 12 Steps on How to Shrink Your Fibroids full bundle course. It comes with how to get rid of heavy bleeding. It comes with how to reverse anemia. It comes with a fibroid-free meal plan, a fibroid-free grocery shopping list, foods to avoid when you're dealing with reproductive health issues. It comes with how to cleanse the liver and how to cleanse the lymphatic system. And also it comes with me showing you in detail and letting you know in detail the 12 steps I use on myself and my clients on how to get rid of fibroids, as well as there's a bonus step in there as well. Okay, so check it out. The link is in my bio. It's an amazing course. It's about $397. We have Carnan Afterpay, okay, as well. Okay, take care, Ursula. Have a beautiful day. Love you guys. Have a great day. This was a great live. I'm gonna put it on YouTube for sure and on Facebook. Make sure you guys also subscribe to my Facebook. Also follow me on Facebook, but also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my following. Okay. Have a great day. Oh, thank you so much. I love you guys too. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, ladies. Have a good one. Bye.